Have you ever woken up in the middle of the night, your calf tightening like a vice, pain shooting up your leg, and wondered why this keeps happening? You stretch, you hydrate, you try everything. Yet the cramps return, stealing your rest and leaving your muscles weaker the next morning. Here's something most people do not realize. Leg cramps are not just about dehydration or age. They're a signal from your nervous system that your muscles and neurons are misfiring, and the root cause often begins not in your legs, but in what you eat every single day. Now, the fascinating part. Recent studies from Harvard Medical School and the Journal of Neurology revealed that specific foods, rich in magnesium, potassium, and certain amino acids, can actually retrain your muscles to relax, improve blood flow, and dramatically reduce the frequency of these painful spasms. So today, we're diving deep into the top 5 science-backed foods that do not just stop leg cramps, they strengthen your muscles, enhance recovery, and restore confidence in every step you take. And make sure to stay until the end, because food number 5 is something most seniors overlook. Yet it might be the missing link in keeping your muscles strong even as you age. Before we dive in, hit like if you have ever had a leg cramp. Wake you up at night. I want to see how many of you have felt this firsthand. And comment your age below. It helps me tailor future episodes to you and your specific stage of health and performance. Here's what we will uncover today. Why muscle cramps are actually a communication error between your brain, nerves, and muscles. How a deficiency in one mineral can triple your risk of nighttime cramps. The role of hydration, electrolytes, and micronutrients in muscle signaling. And most importantly, how to use 5 common foods, backed by research, to retrain your muscles and eliminate those painful spasms naturally. So let's begin. Because the science behind this might change the way you think about your morning breakfast and your next step. Let's start with a simple truth that surprises almost everyone. Leg cramps do not actually start in your legs. They start in your brain and spinal cord. You see, when a cramp strikes, that sudden, stabbing tension that locks your calf. What's really happening is a miscommunication between your nervous system and your muscle fibers. Your brain is sending contract signals that should stop after a split second, but in that moment, they get stuck in the on position. It's like a light switch that jams and keeps the bulb burning even when you have turned it off. Now, here's the fascinating part. Studies from the Journal of Neurology and Muscle and Nerve revealed that as we age, the motor neurons controlling muscle fibers become more excitable. This happens because of changes in the electrical gradients of sodium, potassium, and magnesium inside your nerve cells. Think of it as static interference in your body's electrical wiring. When these signals go haywire, often due to low magnesium, dehydration, or even prolonged sitting, your muscles contract involuntarily, and you feel that sharp, immobilizing cramp. So the real question is not just how do we stop the pain. It's how do we calm the nervous system so it stops sending false contract signals in the first place. Here's where nutrition steps in. Magnesium acts as a natural nerve stabilizer. It binds to the same receptor sites in your neurons that calcium does. But instead of firing a contraction, it blocks excessive signaling. In simple terms, magnesium tells your nerves, relax, you have done enough. And here's something most people do not know. Even mild magnesium deficiency can increase nerve excitability by up to 30%. That's why foods rich in magnesium, like pumpkin seeds, spinach, and almonds, are far more than healthy snacks. They're neurological reset buttons. Let's make this practical. A simple evening routine many athletes and seniors swear by, backed by sports medicine studies from Stanford, is this. Eat a magnesium-rich dinner, for example, salmon with spinach or lentils. Follow it with 8 to 10 ounces of electrolyte water about an hour before bed. This combination restores both neural balance and hydration overnight, drastically lowering cramp frequency. Asterisk now. I want you to reflect for a moment. Have you noticed that cramps often happen when you're stressed, anxious, or have slept poorly? That's because the sympathetic nervous system, the part responsible for fight or flight, heightens neural activity in your muscles too. Meaning, when your mind is tense, your body often follows. So the takeaway is this. Stopping leg cramps begins not with your legs, but with your nervous system. Feed it the right minerals, calm it through hydration and rest, and you're addressing the true root cause. Not just treating symptoms. And if this insight resonates with you, if you're realizing how connected your mind, nerves, and muscles really are, hit the like button and comment below. Have you ever felt cramps get worse after stress or poor sleep? I want to hear your experience. Now, we will explore the specific foods that restore that calm nature's own muscle relaxers, proven by research to stabilize your nerves and bring real relief. Let me ask you this. Have you ever taken a deep breath and felt your whole body soften? Your shoulders drop, your muscles unwind? That feeling is magnesium in action. Magnesium is one of the body's most powerful natural relaxers. It's the mineral that tells your muscles, okay, it's time to release. Without it, your muscles, and even your mind, can stay locked in tension mode. Now, here's the surprising fact. According to research from the National Institutes of Health, nearly 60% of adults over 60 do not get enough magnesium from their diet. And that shortage directly affects muscle function, nerve health, and even sleep quality. When magnesium levels dip, calcium, which signals muscles to contract, rushes in unchecked. Imagine stepping on the gas pedal without ever touching the brake. The result? Muscles seize, spasm, and refuse to let go. That's why magnesium is sometimes called the muscle's brake pedal. In one fascinating study, published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, researchers found that increasing magnesium intake over just 4 weeks significantly reduced nighttime leg cramps and improved sleep quality in older adults. The participants did not take fancy supplements. They simply added magnesium-rich foods to their meals. So, what are these foods? Here are a few of nature's most effective options, each backed by solid research. Number 1. Spinach and Swiss chard. Both are loaded with magnesium and chlorophyll, which improve oxygen flow to muscles. Number 2. Pumpkin seeds. A single ounce provides nearly 40% of your daily magnesium needs. Number 3. Almonds and cashews. Their combination of magnesium and healthy fats supports nerve insulation, the protective coating around your motor neurons. Number 4. Avocados. A dual source of magnesium and potassium, making them one of the best all-around muscle foods. Number 5. Dark chocolate. 85% cocoa. A small piece after dinner not only boosts magnesium, but triggers dopamine release, which helps the body shift from alert to relax mode. Here's a simple protocol you can apply starting tonight. At dinner, include one magnesium-rich food, say, sautéed spinach, with olive oil, or a handful of pumpkin seeds afterward. Then, about an hour before bed, drink a cup of warm water with a pinch of sea salt and a squeeze of lemon. This blend improves mineral absorption and supports your nervous system through the night. If this kind of evidence-based nutrition feels refreshing to hear, where food acts like precise medicine, take a moment to subscribe to the channel. That's exactly what we explore here every week. How to use neuroscience and nutrition to age stronger, think clearer, and feel better. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Magnesium is only half of the equation. Because while it helps your muscles relax, something else is needed to help them contract properly without seizing up again. And that's where potassium and sodium, the dynamic duo that runs every muscle in your body, come in now. Have you ever noticed how your legs sometimes feel weak or shaky after sweating, or how a cramp strikes after a long walk, even if you drank plenty of water? That's not dehydration alone. That's an electrical imbalance. Every muscle contraction you have ever made, from walking to standing up from a chair, depends on one delicate relationship: the dance between potassium and sodium. These two minerals are like the positive and negative terminals of a battery. When they're balanced, your muscles contract and relax smoothly. When they're off, even slightly, your nervous system fires unpredictably, and cramps appear out of nowhere. Here's what the science shows. Potassium lives mostly inside your muscle cells, while sodium lives outside. When your brain sends a signal to move, sodium rushes in, potassium flows out, and the muscle contracts. Then, enzymes quickly swap them back to reset for the next movement. But when your diet lacks potassium, or if you have been restricting sodium too much, this exchange falters. The signal lingers. The muscle locks up. The cramp hits. In fact, a study in the European Journal of Applied Physiology found that older adults with low potassium-to ratios were nearly twice as likely to experience nocturnal leg cramps. The key insight: it was not just about getting more potassium. It was about maintaining the right balance. So let's make this practical. Here are some potassium, muscle-friendly foods to help restore that balance. Naturally, number 1, avocados, one of nature's richest sources of potassium, even more than bananas. Number 2, sweet potatoes provide potassium plus complex carbs that replenish glycogen for muscle recovery. Number 3, beet greens and spinach, high in potassium, magnesium, and nitrates to improve blood flow. Number 4, coconut water, a natural electrolyte drink that hydrates without artificial sugar. Number 5, white beans or lentils, great for steady potassium intake and muscle nourishment. And now the sodium part. This surprises many seniors. Too little sodium can actually trigger cramps. Because as we age, our kidneys excrete sodium faster, especially when we drink more water or take certain medications. That's why many experts, including researchers at Stanford's Human Performance Lab, recommend not cutting salt entirely, but balancing it. A simple rule: if you're eating whole, unprocessed foods most of the time, adding a pinch of sea salt to meals is not only safe, it's essential for nerve transmission and muscle control. Try this simple daily protocol: add one potassium-rich food to each meal, for example, half an avocado at breakfast, or a small baked sweet potato at lunch. Closing parenthesis. Use a pinch of mineral-rich sea salt with your dinner, especially if you have exercised, walked, or sweated during the day. And here's a quick question for you. Have you ever felt dizzy or crampy after switching to a low-sodium diet? Drop your answer in the comments below. Your experience can help others learn what works in the real world. Now, we will address something most people completely miss: why hydration alone does not prevent cramps, and how the timing and composition of what you drink matter just as much as what you eat. This next insight is a real game changer. You have probably heard this advice your whole life: drink more water. But here's the surprising truth. For many seniors, too much plain water can actually worsen leg cramps. Sounds counterintuitive, right? But here's what the research shows. When you drink large amounts of water without replacing electrolytes, especially sodium and magnesium, you can dilute your blood's mineral balance. This triggers a condition known as hyponatremia, where sodium levels drop too low. And sodium, as we learned earlier, is essential for nerve signaling and muscle contraction. In other words, hydration without electrolytes can short-circuit your body's electrical system, according to a 2022 study from Stanford University's Human Performance Lab. Athletes and older adults who drank electrolyte-balanced fluids experienced 40% fewer cramps compared to those who drank only water. Why? Because the minerals kept their neuromuscular signals stable even under stress or fatigue. Think of your body like a rechargeable battery. Water fills the tank, but electrolytes are the wiring that allows power to flow. Without them, you have got energy sitting idle, unable to reach your muscles effectively. So, how do you hydrate smart, not just more? Here's a simple science-based hydration protocol you can try starting today. In the morning, after you wake up, drink 10 ounces of water with a pinch of sea salt and a squeeze of lemon. This replenishes sodium and kickstarts digestion before or after exercise. SIP on water mixed with a small amount of electrolyte powder, or, if you prefer natural sources, use coconut water or a homemade mix. 1 cup water, a dash of salt, half a teaspoon of honey, and lemon juice at night, about an hour before bed. Drink 6 to 8 ounces of water with magnesium, either from a supplement or a magnesium-rich food, like pumpkin seeds or spinach at dinner. This supports neural calm and reduces nighttime cramps. Now, hydration is not just physical, it's deeply neurological. When your brain senses dehydration, it releases stress hormones, like cortisol, which increases muscle tension and reduces blood flow to the extremities. That's one reason cramps and stiffness tend to worsen on days you feel anxious or fatigued. And here's something fascinating. Researchers at Harvard Medical School found that staying properly hydrated throughout the day can improve cognitive performance, memory, and reaction time by up to 14%, meaning your brain fires faster and your muscles follow with precision. So hydration is not just about comfort. It's about keeping the communication lines between your brain and muscles clear. If you're finding these tools helpful, if they're giving you practical ways to understand your body's signals, consider subscribing and joining our growing community of health-minded seniors who are taking control of their biology, one simple change at a time, because now we will uncover something few people ever talk about: the amino acids that rebuild your muscles from the inside out, and how a missing protein balance could be the hidden reason your cramps keep returning. Stay tuned, this next part connects directly to strength, recovery, and long-term mobility. If magnesium and electrolytes are the electricity of your muscles, then amino acids are the building blocks that keep the wires strong and responsive. Here's what most people miss. Leg cramps are not just about mineral loss. They're also a sign that your muscle fibers are undernourished, literally running low on the raw materials your body uses to repair and regulate contractions. And those raw materials are amino acids. Now, your body can produce some amino acids on its own, but there are 9 essential ones it cannot make. You have to get them from food, and they play a direct role in how efficiently your muscles recover after strain, exercise, or even daily movement. One of the most important among them is Na, a little-known amino acid that helps regulate calcium signaling within muscle cells. Studies from Frontiers in Physiology have shown that taurine supplementation improves muscle relaxation and prevents calcium buildup, which is one of the leading biochemical triggers for cramps. Another key player is glycine, often found in collagen and gelatin. Glycine helps rebuild connective tissue and supports the nervous system by promoting a calm, steady release of neurotransmitters. In plain terms, it helps your muscles and your nerves stay on the same rhythm. So, where can you get these crucial amino acids naturally? Here are some of the most effective foods, supported by research. Number 1. Salmon and tuna, rich in taurine and omega-3 south, that reduce inflammation and improve muscle oxygenation. Number 2. Eggs a near-perfect amino acid profile that supports muscle synthesis and repair. Number 3. Lentils and chickpeas, great plant-based sources for those who prefer lighter proteins. Number 4. Collagen peptides, or bone broth, excellent sources of glycine and proline, helping maintain tendon flexibility and joint stability. Number 5. Turkey and chicken, high in tryptophan, which not only aids sleep but promotes recovery during deep rest cycles. A simple tool to apply here is the Amino timing protocol. Include a high-quality protein source with every meal, even breakfast, after any form of activity, whether it's gardening, a long walk, or light exercise. Have a protein-rich snack within 30 minutes. This timing helps the body synthesize new muscle protein more efficiently and reduces overnight cramping by replenishing lost amino acids. Now, here's an interesting link between the brain and muscles. Amino acids like taurine and glycine do not just repair tissue, they influence neurotransmitters like GABA, which calm neural activity. That means when your diet is rich in these compounds, your entire nervous system, from your brain to your calves, functions in a more balanced, relaxed state. That's also why seniors who consume adequate protein and amino acids tend to have better sleep quality, faster recovery, and fewer nocturnal cramps. So, here's my challenge for you tonight. Add one amino-rich food to your next meal. Maybe a small portion of salmon, or a warm cup of bone broth before bed, and pay attention to how your legs feel in the morning. You might be surprised by the difference after just a few days. Now, we have covered minerals, hydration, and muscle-building nutrients. But there's one final piece, the circulatory secret. Most people ignore that can dramatically improve muscle oxygenation and prevent cramps altogether. It's anti-inflammatory, delicious, and backed by Harvard research. Let's uncover that in the next section. Here's something few people realize. Even if your minerals, hydration, and amino acids are all in perfect balance, you can still experience leg cramps if your blood flow is poor or your tissues are inflamed. That's because cramps often start where oxygen delivery is low and waste products build up. Your muscles, quite literally, are suffocating on the inside. But the good news is, food can fix that too. Let's talk about anti-inflammatory foods, and one in particular that has gained massive attention in recent research. Beetroot. Now, you might associate beets with earthy salads or juice cleansers. But scientifically, they're muscle protectors. Here's why. Beets are rich in nitrates, natural compounds that convert into nitric oxide. Inside your body, the same molecule your blood vessels release to widen and improve circulation. Studies from Harvard Health Publishing and the Journal of Applied Physiology have shown that nitric oxide not only lowers blood pressure, but also enhances oxygen delivery to muscle tissue, which means your muscles get more fuel and fewer cramps. In one clinical trial, older adults who drank beetroot juice daily for 2 weeks improved their walking endurance by nearly 15%. That's not just better movement, that's measurable vitality returning to the body. So, how can you include this in your day? Here are simple, effective ways. Number 1. Drink beetroot juice, 4 to 6 ounces, before your morning walk or exercise. Number 2. Add roasted beets to your lunch salad with olive oil and lemon, both of which amplify nitrate absorption. Number 3. Pair beets with leafy greens, which provide magnesium and potassium for a powerful muscle-supporting synergy. If you dislike beets, try pomegranate juice, another nitric oxide booster shown to improve blood vessel flexibility. And here's the deeper layer of the science. Nitric oxide does not just expand blood vessels, it also communicates with your mitochondria. the energy powerhouses inside each cell. This signal tells your muscles to use oxygen more efficiently and recover faster. In other words, by improving circulation. You're not just easing cramps, you're teaching your muscles how to stay strong and resilient. But we cannot stop there. Because inflammation, especially chronic low-grade inflammation common in aging, continues to damage muscle tissue over time. That's why adding other anti-inflammatory foods, such as turmeric, fatty fish, berries, and extra virgin olive oil makes such a profound difference. Think of this as your daily muscle insurance policy. The better your circulation and lower your inflammation, the less likely your nerves are to misfire, your muscles to spasm, or your legs to cramp. And here's a question for you. Have you ever noticed how your cramps get worse after eating heavy, processed, or salty foods? That's your body signaling inflammation in real time. Tell me in the comments if you have seen that pattern. It helps others recognize it too. So far, we have built the full system. Minerals that stabilize nerves, hydration that fuels signals, amino acids that rebuild tissue, and circulation that keeps everything alive. But now comes the most important part. How do you put it all together into one practical, daily strategy that fits your life and truly keeps your muscles strong long term? That's exactly what we will wrap up with the full science-backed blueprint in the conclusion. And trust me, the final challenge I will give you might completely reframe how you think about aging and strength. If you have made it this far, take a deep breath, because what we have covered is not just a lecture about cramps. It's a roadmap to muscle freedom, the ability to move, walk, and live without the sudden grip of pain that steals your confidence. Let's quickly connect the dots. We started with the truth that cramps begin in your nervous system, not just your muscles. Then we saw how magnesium-rich foods act like nature's relaxation signal, soothing overstimulated nerves. We learned how potassium and sodium create the electrical rhythm that drives every contraction. We understood that hydration alone is not the answer. It's about electrolyte balance and precision. We uncovered the amino acids that rebuild and protect the neuromuscular junction, your muscle's communication bridge. And finally, we explored how circulation boosting foods like beets can keep your muscles oxygenated and pain-free. Together, these form your 6 pillars of muscle health after 60, and the science behind every one of them is both proven and empowering. Because what it really comes down to is this. You do not have to accept cramps, weakness, or fatigue as part of aging. Your body is not breaking down, it's waiting for you to give it the right signals. Every time you eat magnesium-rich spinach, drink beetroot juice, or add a pinch of sea salt to your water, you're literally sending a message to your cells. Wake up, restore, heal. And here's the inspiring part. It's never too late to start. Even if you have spent decades feeling limited by stiffness or fatigue. Research consistently shows that your muscles can regenerate at any age, provided they receive the right nutrients, movement, and recovery. In one study from the National Institute on Aging, participants in their 70s built as much new muscle in 12 weeks of proper nutrition and strength training as some adults in their 30s. That's not theory, that's proof of potential. So, here's your final challenge. For the next 7 days, I want you to take one action each day to support your muscle health, even a small one. Drink magnesium water before bed. Add potassium-rich avocado to your breakfast. Eat a serving of beets or berries with lunch. Stretch and breathe deeply before sleep, because these daily micro-choices create long-term macro-results. And while science is powerful, here's the part that matters most: your mindset. The moment you believe you're too old to improve, your brain stops sending growth signals. But when you choose action, even a small one, your biology follows your belief. Remember, aging does not mean losing strength. It means learning to train and nourish your body smarter. So, the next time you feel that familiar twinge in your leg or foot, do not panic. Smile, breathe, and ask, what is my body trying to tell me? Because now you know the language of your muscles, and that knowledge is power. Keep your body moving. Feed it wisely. Stay hydrated, with purpose. And never stop believing that your best years, and your strongest muscles, can still be ahead. If you found this valuable, share it with someone you care about, a friend, a parent, or anyone who wakes up at night, battling cramps. You could literally help them sleep pain-free. And do not forget, in the next video, we will take this further. We will talk about how to build real muscle strength after 60 using nutrition, timing, hormone support, and simple home-based training that transforms how your body feels in just weeks. Because muscle freedom is not about youth, it's about choice. And today, you just made yours.